I think so.
It was her. For years, I've wondered what happened to her, why she left, where she went, why she didn't tell me.
If the answers are here, I promise you we'll find them. We just have to be careful. Follow protocol.
Okay, sorry I didn't warn you guys. They just started talking, so I started recording. I thought it was going to be silent until we turn. What is that noise making? Jesus. So, into the VTOL.
I still can't believe the founder built this place.
I
Has she
knew
been
that.
here the whole time?
We don't know that she actually built it. All we know for sure is that she was here at some point.
Of course she built this. Who else would have the kind of vision necessary to accomplish something like this? The question is why? And why like this? Why recreate all these aspects of the simulation? What is she trying to tell us?
It does seem like it might be a test. I can't imagine any other explanation. But why is it so broken? Or does it just appear to be broken so that we have to learn how to fix it? I hate this.
Well, I know one thing for sure. Everyone in New Jerusalem is gonna go absolutely nuts.
That's true. I'm just wondering if there's anything else here in these places. Definitely not supposed to jump there. Okay, I saw something we can read here. Glad I saw that. Let's read it. Rust. Ulysses. Alfred Tennyson. How dull it is to pause, to make an end, to rust unburnished, not to shine in use. As though to breathe were life, life piled on life, were all too little, and of one to me little remains. But every hour is saved from that eternal silence something more, a bringer of new things, and violet were. For some 3 suns to store and hoard myself, and this grey spirit yearning in desire, to follow knowledge like a sinking star beyond the utmost bound of human thought. Okay, I am really bad at understanding poems, so I think it's talking about it's terrible to rust without doing anything with your life. Life piled on life were all too little, but of one to me little remains. I get only one life, something like that. But every hour is saved from that eternal silence, something more, a bringer of new things, and violet were 3 suns to store and hold myself, and this grey spirit yearning and desire. Something about following knowledge, but I don't quite get it. I haven't read it. I think that's the emphasis. It's not memory. I haven't read it. Oh, these are things I want to read, but I can't make time for them because I'm playing video games all the time. That's my big problem. We are at the VTOL now, hopefully.
All right, take us back to base camp, Yakut.
Yes, sir. I'm getting some new readings. Looks like 2 of the northern sites are lighting up.
I think that may have been me. I suspect the puzzles are somehow tied to the transport system, like we're supposed to solve them in a particular order.
Oh, I love how the lasers aren't vertical, they have like big macros. The horizon. Okay, solve one side of the pyramid, so we're gonna do that things, I guess. Are there 4 sides? When I was launching the game,
All right, everyone. Our main objective is getting back into the megastructure. 1K, I want you on puzzles. You seem to have a knack for them.
I do.
But the rest of us can't neglect our secondary objectives of studying this island and understanding this technology.
I do the puzzle, sir. I'm on it. Let's go. Oh, we've unlocked the north side of the pyramid, I guess. This one and this one. North 1, North 2. I suppose we go North 1 first. Let's go.
You headed towards an island off the northern coast. The terrain's pretty rough, so be careful.
Okay, we will.
The island has another island attached to it.
Yes, it has several, actually.
How irritating.
What?
So we have some glaciers. Got the ice thing down. Is that what's supposed to send the laser? Yes. Not sure. Again, wait. Damn, dropped us straight into it. Okay. What is this thing? Oh, 2, 3. This is number 1. Let's just start. Let's start. What the hell? Mind-body dualism. I don't... Was this hinted at in the previous place? Take control.
What the?
What the f... Jesus. So that opens that. Oh my god, you can even climb the ladders? This is fucking insane, my boy. Which one is my original body? Do I need to count for that? Does it matter? Original body? Like, can you like go out the lab? Go out. Like, look at me. Okay, so this is the one right now. Okay, so I guess it doesn't matter which ones are original body. All you guys have characteristics. Okay, so maybe I missed something in the previous puzzles, but I don't remember seeing this mechanic into that. I think I looked at all the labs though, right? We're supposed to go this way, so I'll just start doing the puzzles, I guess. Leg up. Okay, so something. Oh. Like this. I'm gonna jump on top. Okay, so okay, this is cute. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Oh God, this is suddenly getting complicated. Jesus. This is blowing my mind right now, this mechanic.
Any further insights on the particle clouds, Melville?
To be honest with you, Byron, I feel like a caveman trying to study Bose-Einstein condensate. I'm seeing unknown particles whose every property violates the laws of physics, apparently capable of being controlled and recombined into just about anything. It's ridiculous.
Maybe someone in New Jerusalem can figure it out.
Sure, just give them another 1,000 years.
So I have to connect these. And I have to put it on top of it, right? Would I open this one for? What? I thought this was the way to go. Let's put this down here. What is this? Okay, I am baffled. This new mechanic. Let's actually just put this down on top of it. Okay, this one's gonna. Okay, so when I stand on this one, I'm gonna be able to get through this, and then I take control of him. Get to the next one. Targets might die. Now I can open it. Okay, this is getting complicated.
I'm glad to see all those overloads haven't damaged your logic circuits. 1K,
I know.
I've been watching you solve these puzzles, and this body replication tech is incredible.
It is.
It just casually blows up the very foundations of our society.
Does. Let's ask what you mean, though.
Do you have any idea how hard it is to make more of us? We're not like a toaster. You don't just weld together a couple of wires and a motherboard and call it a day.
It's more
Not
complicated,
to mention how hard it is to even find some of the materials. And this thing just, poof, new human.
But the goal was to stop at 1,000, wasn't it?
It was. Or was it? And even if it was, sorry to be heretical, but does it matter?
No.
If we can figure out how this works, we can finally, easily create more people. We can grow. We can expand. We can build a real civilization. Isn't that worth pursuing?
Sure, but it's a cosmic duty to spread consciousness. Maybe there is some point. This could be. Maybe there are legitimate reasons to limit the population. This is very dangerous. We decided to limit ourselves for a reason. Well, it is our. I guess this could be like a cool way of saying it. I think this is kind of true, but I agree with these two. Even this one, maybe. Let's just say this one, definitely, because you need more people. 1,000 people is not going to be enough. Like, one major event could take out 1,000. So you need more. Definitely. You need different
Look,
tribes.
yes, large amounts of people can cause problems. But even the problems they cause are interesting.
Could be.
Because without people, the world is boring. I'm not even saying there isn't some planetary limit. But I've done the maths. It's in the high billions. Not a measly 1,000.
Definitely agreed.
Anyway, we all need to think about what this means. Glad you and I are more or less on the same page.
Yeah, I agree. Alright, I'll get back to work. Okay, so there's new interface content available, and the devil was writing some stuff to me last time, if I remember correctly.
This body replication technology is proof of just how vital this expedition is. We may not know how it works and what its limitations are, but the technology itself isn't even what really matters. What matters is to expand our imagination, to realize that other futures are possible. I'm glad you see it that way too, 1K. After all, the world is better with you in it, isn't it?
Okay, that's a cute way. Nice. I agree the world is better with this in it. But I don't see how this is body replication tech. These bodies are just there. Maybe they were previously created. They're just standing here for a little. Or just left here, maybe. There's two bodies now. I don't see this as body replication tech, by the way, but damn. Anyway, I don't see this as body replication tech. By the way, I got into the next puzzle without reading the devil's messages. 666, I mean. I'll read them later. Can I give it to you? Can I jump on this box? No, I can't. This is gonna be hard. I can tell. When there's like almost no elements inside, that means it's gonna be tough. I don't want to use any flames though. I want to finish the game without using any flames. So, we need to leave this here. We need to jump up here. I have a person on top of me. Oh, I can jump here maybe? They just fall down. Okay. Am I supposed to jump on one of these? Like, okay, I don't know how this is working. I remember the platform from the last game. Can you lift me up, please? Wait, is that? What the hell is that? There's another. Okay, why did they have to hide that? That's not cool. That's not cool, bro. I felt that they were hiding something. Okay, so we made a 3-man ladder. So you needed that one for sure. Okay, that was kind of tricky. If you didn't see that, that's impossible to solve. Everyone's done. We're progressing pretty fast. Let's see what you have to say, recruit.
Miranda is the founder's daughter.
Yeah, that was weird.
It's still kind of blowing my mind.
Not
She
me,
came
though.
all the way out here, left everything she had behind, and created a new life. Why do you think she did that?
Because creating a new life is beautiful. Perhaps she was lonely. Help her with a secret project. This is the most dramatic answer that I think this is on.
Could be.
She was lonely.
I know I've felt really lonely. Even when I was surrounded by people.
Yeah, I get
Like
that.
there's something inside of me that just can't connect. Like there's this deep sadness about the world, about history, about everything. And I don't know how to get over it. Sorry. Probably oversharing.
Nah, man, you're good. Um, I often feel the same
Well, that sucks.
way.
You're so young. You should feel innocent and optimistic.
Maybe.
But I get it.
Ask about something else. Did you ever meet the founder?
No, I never did. I would have loved to.
Me too. You changed your mind about trying some puzzles?
Nope.
Why is the northern part of the island?
Our ancestors relied heavily on fossil fuels for energy generation, which released a lot of carbon dioxide. This caused the atmosphere to trap more heat, which changed the planet's overall climate. The effect continued even after they were gone, and these low-lying areas were flooded. I've seen a lot of places like that.
How do you feeling?
I'm not sure, to be honest. This is all so surreal. Walking around here is so peaceful, but it's also, I don't know. One moment I feel inspired, the next, kind of creeped out.
What did you make of the megastructure?
You know, people throw around the word awesome a lot. I probably do it too, but I think what we saw in there is the proper meaning of the word.
True. That's all. I want to see what you said. What's on the rock? I feel like, not sure to be honest, this is also surreal. Walking around here is so peaceful, but it's also, I don't know, one moment I feel inspired. Next kind of creeped out. That's understandable. Let's do number 5. Puzzle number 5. Let's go. It's down here. This feels like Skyrim. I don't know. This feels like I'm walking up the steps of High Hrothgar. Okay, let's go. The gifts. Where's the guy I'm supposed to take control of? Is he up here? Oh. Okay, that's cool. I didn't even notice that. I was like, what? Let me just... I can just jump over. 2 bodies in here. I can open this. I can take the box. I can go up the box. Take this thing. Turn that on. Let's go through. Let's stand up here. Let's take control. Let's go up and jump. Now what? I'm supposed to... Am I supposed to take that up here? Wait, is it something like this? Can I take the connector from there? Okay. This is kind of cheap, guys. Okay, we did it. That's it. I don't know if I'm solving these puzzles too fast for you guys. Okay, there's some new content available, so we're gonna read that now. Let's go. They wrote a lot of stuff. Okay, so research, mellow, preliminary analysis. Let's read this one. Imagine an ant trying to make sense of a nuclear power plant, and armadillo trying to explain this good. You get my drift. These particle clouds contradict every known law of physics. So Athena and her daughter Miranda found discovered a lot of new science over here, even further than what humans did. What's really shocking here isn't what we're seeing, isn't that we're seeing a new, more powerful technology. It's what this implies about our grasp of physics. A lot of what we thought we knew must be wrong or incomplete on some fundamental level. A humbling realization. I don't like it. I liked it. It's always nice to learn new stuff. Yakut inside the megastructure. From the degree to which vegetation seems to have spread, I would guess the megastructure has been abandoned for a while, although the combination of moisture and heat does create an ideal environment for plant growth. What makes it harder to be sure is that some plants have clearly been placed for decorative purposes, so a lot of what we're seeing may have spread from there rather than coming in from the outside, which is surprisingly beautiful, but also kind of creepy. Mellow minds and bodies. I love how Melville takes the worst photos. It's kind of iconic. The founder appears to have developed a technology that prints new bodies using those particle clouds for a relief. Oh, that's how they do it. Okay. These bodies come with a protocol for instantly transferring the user's mind. I cannot sufficiently underline how mad this is. The implications would be breathtaking if they really put it. There seems to be a number of safeguards. So far, I've not been able to get this tech to work outside the puzzles. I did manage to sort of make sense of the mind transfer protocol, and I'm uploading all the data I've collected. It will need to be studied extensively before it can be used, but I can think of a lot of potential applications. I mean, that sounds amazing. Yeah. What really grinds my gears, though, you do have gears, so you might not breathe, but you do have gears, is how casually it's all deployed. It takes us ages to make an body, but there's a whole bunch of them, doing no more than place holding up platforms or standing on pressure plates. Is this all a joke? No, I mean, we have cell phones, right? Back in the 50s, cell phones would have been worth billions and billions upon billions, and as time progresses, tech gets cheaper and it's used for less important things. I think it's spectacular. You could. I don't understand what possible function the structure could have. It's gonna produce a laser, but it's really, really impressive. Hold on, what? Have its function just to be impressive? Maybe. So we have more social media posts. Mesh plays a role. I have not read these. Am I? The Mystery of Man. This is the last one I remember. The Progenitor Fortress. Yeah, I answered this one. The Mystery of Man. Let me talk about this one. Cat sitting advice. So I don't know if I read this one. I'm just gonna read it again. So I'm cat sitting Yakut's cat, Bruce, and he keeps peeing on my charging pod. Is there anything I can do to prevent this? Atal, 890. Clean it very thoroughly so not a single trace of smell remains. I know it's hard without the ability to smell, but we do have some cleaning agents that should do the trick. Contact me on private if you need the list. Oh, and make sure Bruce isn't distressed by something. Cats don't like me being moved from the territory. Maybe it would be easier if you just moved him back to Yakut's place and fed him there. Yakut 7764. Bruce is just a bastard. He loves peeing on anything electrical, chewing on cables, and generally just breaking stuff. This is normal. And I've warned you, Pellegrino. I could have given him to Neith. She's used to it. But he's so fuzzy and I love him, says Pellegrino. Pellegrino looks like he has the American flag behind him, which creeps me out a little bit. But if he loves cats, I like him too. That's kind of like a good show of character for Pellegrino. Athellock. Oh, it's the Eiffel Tower. I don't remember seeing this, so I guess these are all new. Athellock. 910. 910. What? I wonder what that means, Athellock. Paris was an ancient city, sometimes called the City of Light, one of the great capitals of the world, home to tradition and innovation alike. It was the birthplace of one of the greatest revolutions in history, the moment that gave birth to modernity in all its glories and wonders alike. The spirit of freedom that was born there, although it was suppressed by enemies and traitors, never entirely faded, and it lived on in the minds of artists for many generations. Maybe something of that spirit still remains in us. I'm sure it does. I'm gonna look at Doge's message. I'll send an introduction in due course. Okay. So maybe he sent us that. The Garden, new poem by Imesh, the 150. I walk in the garden without fear, as stars swirl across the sky, and I stand amongst the tall lilies who lift their faces to the passing eons. Here I will do no harm, and no harm will come to me, for at last my long journey is over, and I am at home. That's a nice poem. Libistro says, beautiful, makes me feel calm and happy. This is my new favorite of yours, I think. Although maybe step by step towards the nightingales might still win out. Let's say it's a tie. Or Rainier. The words are definitely beautiful, but to me it seems like a poem about death. It could be a poem about death. Home, death is where we all arrive at the end after all, so maybe it's about that. Poems are very much dependent on what you understand from them. There was a YouTube video called How to Read Poems. I watched that like 2 times. It's interesting. I I guess it's enough for a poem to make you think and evoke some emotion, and that is that it's done its job, kind of. You're not supposed to completely understand what a poem does. The founder, Megathread. This is okay. Let's read. Oh, okay. Jeremy 832. Please keep the discussion of the alleged presence of the founder at the site of the megastructure confined to this site. I'm still in shock. I wasn't even sure the founder was still alive, the bistro says. This says, of course she is. And now that we have reached completion date, she has sent us her sacred messengers. Jax. It could still be aliens pretending to be the founder. Dude, it's not aliens. Okay. Zagoran says it for me. It's not aliens, and if Prometheus and Pandora are her sacred messengers, why has no one apparently chained the other? Tekla, the day of her return is imminent. Are you a Christian by chance? Orena says, so now you agree that Byron was right to want an expedition. In fact, it was the founder's will all along. And when you said it would be wrong to even consider going to the island, you were acting against the founder. Hecla says your word games aren't going to help you when the founder returns, Orena. Niam says, it was wonderful to hear Athena's voice again, but with all the emotion inherent in this matter, we should be careful not to get swept away. We don't really understand anything yet. Skylar says, I can't help but wonder if Miranda is her daughter. Was Athena trying to start a new civilization? Did she abandon her Jerusalem? She was always a leader. Maybe she just wanted to experience something in private. I think I don't think she wanted. Maybe she wanted to start something else. It's conceivable. But this is giving Athena more credit. Let's say she wouldn't betray her people. A valid point. She had enormous responsibilities from the very beginning. And while we were a family, she had too many burdens to ever have a private life of her own, says Marianne. Dossicles says, I understand your point, but why leave Cornelius behind them? Rodam says, that's none of our business. I don't remember Cornelius. Who is that? Dossicles, fair. Body replication. The technology discovered by the expedition changes everything. Every argument about how hard it is to get access to the resources necessary to create more of us goes out the window. We can create more people. 1K doesn't have to be last. And it would be easy. Are we really going to give up just because of the goal? Basically says. Alvin says energy doesn't just come from nowhere. We have no idea what the real cost behind this technology is. That's also true. Elvis says, besides the goal is an ideal, not just a limit we ran into by accident. It is the will of the founder. Zagoran says, yeah, right. The founder left you guys, so I guess a crisis of faith is in order. Alvin replies, it's not necessary to share a personal belief in the founder to understand the value of the goal. It's clear to all but the most radical that humanity needs limits for its own sake and for the sake of the planet. Damien says, you say that as if it was self-evident. It's not. You're smuggling a whole host of misanthropic ideas into the conversation under the disguise of reasonableness. Your premises are completely rotten. Anthropic. Anthropology. I think that's misanthropic means anti-human ideas? Something like that. Reasonableness. That's not. It's not evidence. I believe the results of human history speak for themselves, and I find it shocking that anyone would disagree with something so obvious. Zagoran says, shocking that anyone would devalue human beings and think that maybe our ancestors could have solved their problems using their brains instead of preaching misery for all. That maybe there is some fucking point in blaming other factors beyond technology and growth. Like, I don't know, people in positions of authority preaching their self-important fucking morality instead of trying to solve or eliminate people's problems. Authority? I'm just an academic, says Alan. That's completely disingenuous and you know it. Your clique has the mayor's ear. Clique? There's no such thing. Jeremy says this conversation is getting out of hand if you keep checking strike back. I don't know. I think you should be able to have this conversation. I agree. Definitely agree with Damien here. Sorry to have irritated you, okay, but thank you for speaking up. New Jerusalem is a democracy, and without free speech, democracy is a shame. Definitely agree. A lovely sentiment, but you should try moderating this forum and see what it's like. He's also right about that one. If every conversation is allowed to explode, instability is guaranteed. We have set reasonable limits on behavior. Thread closed. All right, Jeremy, it's up to you, man. Moderate this thread. Let's go to puzzle 6. And this guy. Some more stuff to read, I see. Stuff to receive.
As we continue exploring the cold northern reaches of the island, the contrast between the harshness of this place and the softness of New Jerusalem becomes more and more pronounced. There is a kind of madness in what we are doing, going to a place that is so hostile to our existence. That does not mean there is nothing to love here. There is, in fact, a great beauty, but it is a hateful beauty. A beauty you can only love because there are places that are not like this. And yet, it is precisely this hateful beauty that the people of New Jerusalem fail to see, and so cannot understand their own blessings.
Okay. I might agree with him about how beautiful places other than this don't exist. It's terrible. I can go to this lovely mountaintop here and call it beautiful, get cold a little bit, and that's fine. But if I was to live here permanently and there's nowhere else I could go, I would definitely not find it beautiful. It is a hateful beauty in that sense. I understand that. On Cornelius. Oh, who was Cornelius, by the way? I don't remember this one. Lord of the Files. Read 30 texts on terminals. From the personal reminiscences of Mitku 166. There are some people whose true importance you just don't notice at first. People who quietly hold things together without making a big deal of it. That's what Cornelius is. Always by Athena's side. Calm. Oh, Cornelius was the mayor? No, he wasn't. The mayor didn't know Athena. He calmly and carefully helped us all stay on track and reminding us of our shared humanity and the values that had brought us this far. I cannot imagine how painful it must have been when Athena left him and he went on his so-called research expedition. Most people thought he was looking for her. To be honest, I thought he would never come back, and I was surprised when he finally did. I still don't understand how she could leave him. They seemed to love each other so deeply. After he returned, Cornelius was different. He founded the Museum of the Simulation and very rarely left its premises. The archive scholars doted on him, but he walled himself off, becoming almost as much of a recluse as Eustathius. And only then did I slowly understand how much the city had lost. That's sad. I understand that. Blake. God appears, and God is light to those poor cells who dwell in the light in night. But does a human form display to those who dwell in realms of day? Something, 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 something. Prime mover. Is this about the existence of God? Uh, I remember. Yeah, I was taught this in school. Accepted from considerations by Eustathius too. While it is hard, from our vantage point, to fully believe in any of the ancient religions, I must admit that I have come to believe in the existence of a prime mover. Not a designer as such, certainly not an interventionist god, but some force that set the universe itself into motion. I do not know if it is possible for us to ever truly understand of reality, but I do believe. Wait, I skipped a sentence. Truly understand this being, but since it must by definition exist outside our understanding of reality, I do not. Oh, I'm just going to read it again. I do not know if it's possible for us to ever truly understand this being, since it must by definition exist outside our understanding of reality. But I do believe that it exists. Does it look upon us with love? Are we entertained, perhaps? Does it preserve some memory of us when we die? All of this I cannot answer. But I do not disbelieve those who honestly speak of having experienced some manner of brief communion with this entity. It's simply too common an experience in human history to easily discount. I think we're just too delusional. That's why it's so common. As the motion of the universe proceeds from the Big Bang, so whatever force animates us, whatever constitutes the true foundation of consciousness, proceeds from the prime mover. I think if, I think if anything, the prime mover is the Big Bang, or whatever caused the Big Bang. That's what I think. Miranda, what do you think about this, mother? Okay, now we get some conversations between Miranda and Athena. Athena says, I don't believe in any kind of prime mover, but I thought you should read it because Eustathius is an intelligent person. So Eustathius wasn't here, but he must have been. No, Lifthrasir was here because Lifthrasir wrote about the environment. Anyway, because Eustathius is an intelligent person, and he came to this conclusion after a great deal of thought. It's important to respectfully consider points of view we don't agree with. Agreed. Modernity. On modernity, from the book of annotated internet comments by Eustathius. That's so funny to me. If modernity is so great, why is everyone so fundamentally disappointed with the world? Why do we sigh with pleasure at the sight of old houses and feel nothing but depressed and alienated by skyscrapers? Why do we yearn for lush forests and wide plains, not narrow canyons between buildings? 5358F, we love all this technology so much. Why is our idea of happiness to get away from it? Could it be that progress is just a story we tell ourselves to justify why we allow ourselves to be dominated by humanity? All the forms of living have something to offer. It seems that many of us share this desire to immerse ourselves in nature. Though we are ourselves entirely technological beings, we enjoy and value the Earth's diverse and unpredictable biosphere. But does that mean that progress is just a narrative, as this ancient commenter suggests? Or does it mean that technological progression and the love of the natural world are in fact not mutually exclusive? Does it mean that technological progression? I don't think they are mutually exclusive. Um, because I think this this desire for technological progression helps us makes our lives easier. But the thing is, the systems in place, the so-called ugly forms of modernity, the skyscrapers, the crowded places, those aren't what we're supposed to be living like, I feel. So the benefits are something we desire, but the things we don't like are also a result of this technological progress. It's not something we strive for, it's something we have to do to achieve the technological progress we want. Such as for crowded cities, we need skyscrapers and taller buildings to fit all these people in small areas so that crowded cities can be more efficient and stuff like that. Or cars. We find traffic something that's absolutely ugly, but we need it. Now, we don't need traffic, but we need all those cars and all those buses and all those trains to sort of to achieve the technological progress we want. I think. I think that's about it. And yet, if this person was left on his own somewhere in the wilderness, he would feel nothing but terror. Absolutely. The appreciation of nature is rooted in the experience of civilization, of safety. It's a beautiful way of putting it. The appreciation of nature is rooted in the experience of civilization, of safety. Definitely. I mean, I could not agree more. This is what I was trying to say as well. True, but he's still right. So much of what our ancestors created in their last years was alien. Yeah, it's not exactly a result to the question, an answer to the question, but yeah. So I think that's still correct about that. So much of what our ancestors created in their last years was alienating to the majority of people. Agreed. Then the question isn't one of modernity, but of control. I don't see how it relates to control, but okay. Okay, let's move forward. There's a lot of reading in this episode. Let's do 6. And after 6, I think I'm gonna take a break. Actually, before 6, I'm gonna take a break. Uh, oh, this isn't 6. What's going on? Let's stop before 6, shall we? Is that 6? Which is 6? How do I get inside? Okay. It's up there, maybe. Did I not do it? Oh. Okay, I'm gonna take a break now. And I'll see you guys later. Watch this back.